Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, it's Curious Michelle. Thanks for stopping by. I am going to start a new series, and I'm still working on the name. You'll see it in the title when I figure it out. Something about inspired by Wednesday on Wednesdays. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen the show and you want to see the show, I might talk about some things that happen. So this is your warning, and it will be in the description box below. So today is part one. I'm not going to name them parts though, but anyway, we're going to make the cover. So I've already made one, and we're going to make a second. I haven't determined yet if this is going to be season 1 and this is going to be season 2, or if I'm just going to intermingle it. My plan is to, I've been taking notes as I watch the episodes with ideas that spark an idea for an ephemera or something, and that's how I'm going to decorate my pages. So for the very first one I made, I used the little golden book. I gutted it. I built a spine. It has 6 removable signatures in it. And it's a mixture of printables and scrapbook papers, jelly prints, dyed papers, and this book that the second one that we're gonna make is gonna be very similar. I mean, like, this is a scrapbook paper. I don't have another one of those. That's a scrapbook paper. I don't have another one of those. But some of these that are printables, and then also, of course, every jelly plate print doesn't come out the same. Some of these, there are printables in here. I swear there are. This one's a printable. So I'll probably have that one printed off again. Okay, so I have the book, and I think I've already decided. This one has fabric on the cover, and I didn't have a big enough piece of that left over. So I printed this, and I printed it on canvas. So I think that's going to be our spine. This is going to be our inside, and that's going to be my little middle. And I've already cut me a piece of cardboard box that is going to be the spine when we take this one apart. I do want to save the little golden spine, and I saw on the internet, and I'm sorry, y'all, I watch so much YouTube that I don't remember everything I see. There's nothing new under the sun. I didn't come up with this plan. I saw it somewhere else and thought it was a great plan. So if you heat up your little golden spine, it helps get it off without tearing it. So I'm going to do that. Let's try. Look at there. Easy peasy. This glue is still hot, so careful. And then see if I can get the glue off my little metal tip here. And then it leaves the staples exposed. And I do have a little tool that I used on the other one, but I forgot to grab it. So let's see. Okay. Point sharp objects away from you is always wise. We did it. Now we have a front and a back cover to work with. Let me see if I can remember if I just cut it down or I used. Yeah, I did use it. Good to know. So some people, they just cut right here. And of course that makes your book not as wide. And I couldn't remember if I did that or not, but it looks like I used it. So great. That will help me with remembering measurements. So this is I'm pretty sure it's a 2-inch spine. Pretty sure. Let's see. Yep, it's a 2-inch spine. Is this one a 2-inch spine? This one is, this one's a 2 1/4 inch. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. And then it's 8 inches tall. So 8 by 2. I forgot to grab my bookbinder's tape. So let me see if that's handy over here. So bookbinder's tape. It's kind of like a fabricy-ish tape. Let's see, is this one? It's not wide enough to go, so we'll do this one. So you need a little bit of gap. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? You just need a little bit of gap so that your book can fold well without hindrance. So down in the comments below, let me know, are you watching the Wednesday Netflix series? What do you think about it? I've mostly enjoyed it. I really like kind of Wednesday as a character. But in general, I don't like scary horror stuff. So I just kind of ignore those parts. So those won't be represented in my book. Because this book has been made for a while. I was just kind of stuck on how I wanted to decorate it. And then when I was watching season 2, my brain kept going, oh, I could make a tag with that, or oh, I like that, just kind of my mindset of a journal maker, ephemera maker, kind of just kept popping up with inspiration. And then finally my brain was like, that's how you can decorate your journal, crazy girl. So I'm going to go episode by episode and just kind of any little inspiration thing that makes my brain go, ooh, I could make, ooh, that's a great quote. I'm going to figure out how to decorate my book with it. Okay. So let's burnish that. Where's my little, I guess that's so the original fold where the book is will be easy to fold it first. But I found that on this one that once I put the background paper and then even this paper that it doesn't, and even the fabric, it doesn't bend right there anymore. It just needs a little bit of stability and it stays in place. All right, so there we go. Here's the base of our book. And then I'm going to, let's see, I can't remember if I did the outside first or the inside first. And more importantly, I can't remember if it really matters. I don't think it does. So I will put the Etsy shops that I got the clip art from. It's not clip art, it's just background pages in the description box below. So I need to cut these 8 tall and 6.5. Yeah, let's do 8 by 6.5. I already gave the spoiler alert, so I'm not going to say that every time. But season 2, there's a significant representation of crows. It's in season 1 as well. It's just not as prominent. Like, there's a lot of crows in season 2. So I saw this and was like, oh, that goes really well. 6.5, right? Didn't I say 6.5? I think so. And then 8. I'm pretty sure I went right. Yep, I went right. Well, okay, so I'm going to do it a little bigger and I'm going to trim it. Ooh, well, that's a problem. I am not going to do it a little bigger because it is exactly an 8. Perfect. That's all I need. Okay, let's do it again. And these little leftovers will be great. Probably not pockets because that would make the birds crooked. Could be, but tag bases. Tag backgrounds. I think I'm naming this series, I was about to cut that too short and be mad at myself. Wednesday on Wednesday. Inspired by Wednesday on Wednesday. I don't want any copyright violations. Inspired by Wednesday on Wednesday. There'll be several episodes. I don't know. I'm still determining some things. I didn't need to put that up yet. I needed to cut the middle piece. So the middle piece needs to be 8 by, what did I do on this one? I did 8 by, looks like almost 4. But I am a 1/4 of an inch shorter on the spine this time. So let's do 3.5. 8 by 3.5. I made that other journal months ago. I saw the little golden book. And I was like, oh, I want to make a journal cover. And then I didn't have any other plan. And I said 3.5, right? I think I did. Well, let's go to this line. And it kind of just sat in my project box for a while. And then I worked on the pages. I got excited about dyeing pages. And then it sat in my project box for a while. And then now I'm excited about, I have an idea to get it decorated. And a little bonus that it popped in my brain while I'm trying to do better and learn this YouTube-y stuff. So like it'll make a great series, right? Okay, what is this? I don't know. So we just glue that down. I might be overkilling y'all, but I use the stick glue and I put art glitter glue around the edges. Like that might be way too much glue, unnecessary glue, but is what I do. So I just feel like when I get to go over the page with the glue stick that I definitely get everywhere. Like every surface is covered with adhesive. And then when I do the art glitter glue around the edges, I just think that's a stronger adhesive than the glue stick is. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is my thought process. And then I like to spread the art glitter glue out a little bit, so hopefully it doesn't wrinkle. All right, let's make sure my up is up and my birds are up. Uh-oh, slide. Okay, so barely a little wiggle room. Okay, and then I just want to make sure that I get, pressure everywhere to help fight wrinkles. Okay, so that's the inside back, and there is a little bit, I'm just going to trim that one. And then repeat for the front. Inside cover. You know what I didn't decide on? I didn't decide what was going to be my back cover. On the first one I made, I used music. And I don't know. Am I going to do that this time? I don't know. So as of this recording, I've only seen the first 4 episodes of season 2. I've seen all of season 1. Uh-oh. Again, I want to ink these edges. I didn't ink the edges on the other ones yet, but I will. I didn't because I knew that there might be some trimming. And it just doesn't make any sense to ink your edges and then trim off what you inked. I'm trying to see if there's a line that will... So if I line it up with the third stripe, that looks like it's equal on both sides. Wonky proves it's homemade, so I don't need it exact. But also, too wonky makes my brain itch. Does anyone else have that kind of brain? The like crooked stripes just like scream at you. Or uneven squares just scream at you. Scream at your brain. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Commit. Commit. Okay, bam. That looks good together. Look at that. I do want to let this dry a little bit before I start bending. And we can trim our edges. It's just barely like a little millimeter or something over there. Oh, I wonder. I put metal corner edges on this one, but I didn't get any metal corner edges out. I wonder if I'm going to do that. I wonder. Okay, so I need to think about the back, and I also need to cut this. So it has to be wide enough to cover the tape and the little bend right there. So it'll help the bend not bend. So one row of those is not big enough. Is one row of those, and okay, that is, and that might even be a little much, but I think we can make that work. When I'm facing, yes, I do. Okay, so let's cut this down. Ta-da! There. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, which I hate the smell of. Okay, so I don't want to cover up the eye. I'm putting that right in the middle of that spine. Ooh, that's going to bug me though. So I am going to have to cut some of that bird off. What's going to bug my brain less, y'all? Decisions. So the way they're lined up, if I put the 2 rows of crows, I said a rhyme, right in the middle, then that makes this row of crows way too long. So I'm going to have to cut a crow body. So is it going to bug my brain less to not have these lined up or to cut crows' heads off? I don't know. I'm going to have to think a minute. So that's a crow right down the middle. I am going to do, I did 3 holes. I don't see why I would do it differently this time. So I think I'm still going to do 3 holes. I could bring it down to 2 and just put 3 strings if I wanted to keep with 6 signatures. Ooh, y'all, maybe I should have made this spine bigger. I should have made the spine bigger so that it would fit these these 2 rows of crows. Rows of crows. I'm just gonna have to cut a crow. I'm just gonna have to, they're gonna be crow tails. Gosh be darn. It's gonna have to go past that. I'm gonna have to cut the crows, y'all. I'm going to have to cut the crows. I'm trying to convince my brain that that's okay. It's okay to cut the crows. What are I doing this time? So I didn't get the I am cut at all. I didn't lose much of thing. I lost a little bit of thing, but not much. I'm not as concerned about back. Also, I do need to figure out that back before I glue this down. Okay. I just want to print this as paper and put this on the back and put something else. Yes. Okay. Magic. And I got this printed off again on regular paper, and I found this piece of fabric I think will work. And I cut it a few times and I can't cut straight, and I gotta quit cutting it or I'm not gonna have a piece big enough. Okay, so this needs to be still a little 6.5. Let me double check. I don't remember. Oh no, I could do 6.25-ish. Yeah. I don't know why my brain wants to act like decapitated crows wouldn't fit the theme. Wouldn't that be very on brand? Okay, there we go. Glue it down. Make sure my crows are the right way up. Line it up, stick it down. And now the fabric. Should I go ahead and I kind of think I should. Should I go ahead and like pinky shear it? I already knew I can't cut straight. Are these the good? Those are not good ones. One of these pair cuts better than the other pair. It's definitely the black ones that cut better. I keep telling myself to take the other ones out of my little bucket that's right beside me so I can quit grabbing them because they don't cut worth crap. I'm going to do that right now before I forget again. All right. This side's just the bareliest teeny bit more straighter. More straighter. Who needs English? Okay. I do not want to get this Fabri-Tac out, y'all. I do not. I'm going to smooth that down. Ta-da. And then on this one, I put a little lacy trim right here too. And I grabbed a couple of options, but that was when I had a different spine. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about these. So I have this kind of scallopy lace piece, and I think it's not substantial enough. I have the exact one. I don't know if I have enough of it, of the one that I put on the first. There we go. The first cover. I wasn't sure if I do have enough, just barely. 1.5 roses, well, 2 roses. 2 roses enough. I wanted to do that one again. I have this one which I don't know if I have enough of it. This one's significantly more substantial. It kind of goes well with like the whole Gothic architecture kind of vibe, but I do think it's too wide. I might could put this one on the back. Yeah, because I don't have enough for the front and the back anyway. So I could do this one on the back and this one on the front. What other options do I have? I have this bric-a-rac. A crafty friend sent me this black bric-a-rac. Could just do that. And I have this. I didn't know how this might look because I like sparkly. I know Wednesday doesn't like sparkly. I know, but I do. And it's black and purple sparkly. I was wondering how I'd feel about that. I don't hate it. I wish it was Rickrack though. I think so far it's back with the rose one again. Oh, what's this one? This one's kind of an elasticy one. It's kind of got a little Rickrack and a little bit of floof. I don't hate this one. This one are the roses. I do like this one. See, I don't like this one on the back. I don't hate it on the front. So here, let's cut it. Maybe I'll do that on the front and this one on the back. Mitch-matchy laces. How do I feel about mitch-matchy laces, y'all? How do I feel about it? Let's see. Let's burnish down in there a little. I think that's too wide. I had to learn this the hard way. You don't want to press too hard. Kind of burnish down in the groove because sometimes your paper will tear. Right now my paper is wrinkling. That's why I wanted to burnish, because it was wrinkling. It'll be okay. It will be okay. Maybe I didn't get it glued solid enough, or I didn't let it dry. Or both. Or both. Yeah. Eek. My paper's wrinkling, y'all. I don't like it. I don't like my paper wrinkling. But that's what you get sometimes. So I wish I hadn't put this so far on the front. It's more low profile on the back. So maybe I can put this here. I don't have enough for both the front and the back, Michelle. Remember that. Remember. You do not have enough. I think that's cool. That's cool, right? How do we like it? You can't really even see it. So you like it? Great. Do it. Just do it. It's fine. So this is an elasticy kind of one. I don't want to stretch it. Thinking out loud, talking to myself, y'all. Don't want to stretch it to glue it down. I just want it to lie in its kind of natural. Okay. And then the back. Oh, did I tear it? I tore the paper. It's okay. I want this one. I mean, I don't not want it. Do I like the roses better? And it kind of gives a... I do like that. Maybe I should have put that on the front again. I was trying to be different than the other one. I was trying to be different. That's going somewhere in this book, though. I don't know where it's going in this book, but it's definitely going in the book. Okay, just do this one, Michelle. You like it. Okay. Let's put a little bit of weight on it. For a minute while I go grab my eyelets and my black elastic. Okay, so I got some elastic, and then am I going to do 3 or 2? I don't know. Why don't I know? That's still pretty foggy. Let me make a template. Is that tall enough? Is this tall enough? Okay. So I need this 2 by 8. 2 by 8 is how big my spine is. Why am I trying to set that way over there? I have a spot for that right there. Okay. I need to trim that off the top a little here. That's heavy. It's sticky right there. So am I doing 3 or 2? 3 or 2? 3 or 2? So many decisions. So many decisions. So right now I have 2 signatures per hole. Would it be a big deal to put 3? I don't think it would. It would move that over to the... But it would not be as... Am I going to put buttons on the spine again? I didn't get out buttons, y'all. I'm going to have to pause again and go find buttons because I forgot. Or I'm going to do something different. I don't know. Gosh darn. I don't think I have enough purple buttons, but I think I did find black buttons. But black buttons are not going to show up on this super well. But it would be kind of textury. Let's pause again and go hunt for buttons. Okay, and I'm back, and I did find buttons. They're mostly black, but there's a couple purple in there. But when I was looking for those, I found these beads. And these are pretty. Aren't those pretty? And I found these little skulls, and I was wondering, since I did beads on this spine, no, buttons, since I did buttons on this spine, let's do something different and do beads on this spine. I have never beaded a spine before, but that was my first button spine, and I did all right. So let's give it a go. Let's try. I should probably have a bucket of some sort for these beads, or they're going to be everywhere. And let's pick out the pink and purple skulls. I need to save some for inside ephemera. So let's just do what I did last time and go with 3 with 2 lines each, and then I only buttoned, so there are 3 holes, and each hole has 2 elastics, but only 1 elastic is beaded. So let's just, that worked last time, and since I'm trying a new thing with the beading, let's go with at least one thing that worked. That I already know will work. Yeah, that's what I meant. Go with at least one thing that I know worked out. So other than my inside paper right there is wrinkling. Oh, let's trim this a little bit. I feel good about how it's going so far. So I probably should have put like a better coat of glue and maybe have let it dry more efficiently before I started bending it. But it's okay. It's not ruined. Okay, so I have 2-inch spine. And I'm going to put 3 holes. So if I fold it in half, so 1 hole's going to go there. And then it would be 1/2 inch if I did in the middle. And then I want to do like, I want to do a whole 1/2 inch. No, I want to do like a 1/4 inch. Did I do a 1/4 inch? Yeah, about a 1/4 inch, or maybe 3/4 of an inch from the top. I see that I'm not on screen. I'm just using my cutting board as a scoreboard. 2-inch fine. So scored at a 1/2, 1 inch, the other half away. 1.5. So a 1/2, 1, and 1.5. Yep. And then I did just over a 1/4 of an inch, but not quite 1/2 inch from the top and bottom. So that's where my holes are going to go. Where's my, here we go. I have my big bite. Put it on the 1/8 hole. So where those places where my scores interconnect is where I'm going to put a hole, because that's where my grommets will go. Put it right up against there. And make sure it's the same top and bottom, and mark it. Mark it with the bead. Put it in the oven. Who knows that song? Nursery rhyme, whatever. Right? Okay. I just had that. Let's they're over here. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. A bag in a bag. Okay, so find a little spot. Wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it. The fabric is getting in the way. Imagine that. The fabric didn't cut completely. Poke it out and then cut it with your scissors, Michelle. And then we move this back to the top. Put the little skinny in the skinny. And we squish it down. Line it up and then squish it down. Line it up, squish it down. Come on. Okay, let's see. Do I need to do a little more squishing? I need to do a little more squishing on this third one. The other two look pretty good. I still need to do a little squishing on that one. It's not quite. Okay, so find where my bend is. I think it will work. Oh, I might need this. So let's trim the little hanger honors of the fabric. Okay. Ta-da! Wiggle them in there. And then line it up and squish. All right. There we go. We got them in there. And then now the tedious part. I'm at. I ran it through once. And then I ran it through and I beaded it on the second round. what it looks like with the other one. I didn't tie each individual one. So I got to make sure that I leave slack for tying a knot. Yep, there we go. Okay. So run it through your top and your bottom once, and that will leave one in here. That's where your signature will hold on to. But then you bead it this time around, our buttons. What did I just do? Okay, here we go. So I'm going to put some beads, put a skull. So I'm going to put some more beads. How many beads do I have to string? Okay, I'm going to pause while I sort beads. So I got one strand beaded. And I ran it back through the hole, and now I'm going to tie it. And it needs to be pretty snug. Maybe I only want to put 2 lines. I might not do that middle one because they're going to be right back to back on each other. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. It's cute though. Ain't it cute? I like it. Okay. Let's see if I can. You want to make sure that you don't, tie your other string, because this is going to hold a signature and this one's going to hold a signature. And I'm going to leave those loose for now. Ta-da! Now I got to decide if I want 3 of those or just 2. I kind of feel like 3 is going to be overkill. Overkill. Which would be on brand for Wednesday. Do I want 3 rows or 2 rows? See, if I was on live right now, you guys could vote. And I would feel better about my choice. My indecisiveness. I do like that though. It's pretty cool. 3 or 2. Okay, we'll do the first one and see how the 2 looks. And then I can put off the decision on 3 versus 2 a little longer. Up, out. And in. Uh-oh, did I knock over beads? I'm just over here. Okay, out and in. And I need plenty of slack so that after I bead, I can still come back in and tie my knot. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's beat them up. The elastic's doing pretty good at going on the beads, except for when it gets a little raveled. It wants to be a little fussy with the smaller beads. But overall, it's working pretty well. Okay. Yep. All right. And then through here. Pull it snug on both sides. Let's cut this. Don't get this caught up in there. Don't knock your beads over. So many things to remember. I'm trying to get this tighter. First thing through. I get that's not tighter. I think so. I think I got it tighter. I'm determined to knock those beads over, apparently. Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. So how do we feel about 2 versus 3? Still don't know. Still don't know. I do like it. Where's that other? I had another row of beads, right? Wasn't there 3 on that strand? And I cut 2 off. Oh, here it is. Does that look too adjusted? You know, it doesn't really. It really doesn't. They are spaced far enough away. I'm also going to have a tassel though. Let's just leave it at 2 because I can come back and redo it if I change my mind. And I think we did it. I think we did it. Here is our little golden book. Okay, so we got our second Wednesday journal cover made, and I said I would be back to do the pages. And what I ended up doing, remember I said that they were a little loose in here? So in the construction, this ended up being a little, just a smidge shorter than these. And so I moved all the pages that I had in here already to this one because they fit better height-wise and they feel more snugger. More snugger, y'all. They feel more snugger in here. So it is 6 signatures. And each signature has 1, 2, 3. I'm not counting that as a page. 4, 5 pages, which it's doubled is 10 and doubled is 20 because you have front and back. And then 20 times 6. Okay. So I started sorting. I did pull these envelopes out of the other signatures, and I swapped out a couple printables for some of the jelly plate prints, and I had these already dyed in my sitting on my dyed paper shelf. Then I had to have I had some more printables, and I didn't want plain white backs, so I had a inky spray session, and I stacked them while they were drying, and that wasn't wise, but we're gonna go with it anyway. So we're gonna sort them out and get our signatures together. I need to put this somewhere where I won't lose it. Okay. So these dyed and really crinkle type ones, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, maybe I should get these. Okay, hold up. I should get these other ones cut down and folded first. And then I'll make my separate piles and sort them out. Okay. Uh-oh. And I can cut these a smidge taller than these were cut. So these were, I better write this down. They are 7 and 2 lines. What is 7 and 2 lines, y'all? I don't know. But I'm going to say that I can do 7 1/4 tall. And then it's 12 long. Slide this back in there. That's the back of it. There we go. But of course my printables are not going to be 12. So we'll just kind of fold them so that one side of the page is a little shorter than the other. Come on, be my friend. All right, there we go. See, like this, you see, this was a printable that I had to just, one side is the full 5.5, and then the other side is shorter. So that's what we'll do. This, I think, is 12. Yeah, well, close enough. And it needs to be 7.25 tall. I folded those other ones up to make pockets, so I can do that again. Let's just do it at 7 though. Let's score it. I don't have a little small scoreboard, so I often use my paper trimmer channel as my score slot. So I made a little mark. I'm just lining it up, and then I have a little tool I use here. I can use this, I think, and just put the Ooh, this music paper is kind of old and brittle. So I might need to add some washi tape to strengthen these because they're cracking in some spots when I fold them. It happens sometimes when you get older paper from estate sales and places. Yeah, definitely gonna have to put some washi tape or another piece of paper or fabric. Or don't make them pockets, just go ahead and tear it off, and then I only have to reinforce the fold that goes where the spine is. Honestly, that's probably what I'll end up doing if it does end up being too fragile. Mine's on the fingers. It's okay. I like sparkly. Right, so these are not going to be long enough because it was a printable. And then when it's in the signature, you can just add an extra page edge to the shorter ones or a flippy floppy. Like, there's things you can do. Okay, so now I will divide my piles up, and each signature will get one of everything. So these are like little picture kind of designs, and then these are just like a patterny wallpaper kind of thing. Everybody gets a music page. I do only have 2 envelopes. I think I'm going to put them in 2 and 4. And then did I have 6? I only have 4 of these. So I'll put these in the others than the envelopes. Oh wait, here's one more. 2 more? Oh, I do have 6 of those. Okay. I just had them in a different, I have wrinkly dyed paper and just kind of solid dyed paper. And we'll just do one of each. And we'll nestle them some kind of way. I'm not going to overthink it right now, I say to myself, because I can rearrange them later. I'm just getting the piles together now. All right, so that gives us our 6 signatures. Oh, and I was going to put an envelope in the middle of 2 and 4. Let's see. Any of these I definitely want on the front when I open it. I guess I could start with Wednesday. I guess we could start with Wednesday. Why not? Why can't we start with Wednesday? Let's see. On my end frame. Ta-da! And then I was going to put one of these in 2 and 4. Right? Wasn't that what I was going to do? Or 3 and 6. No, 2 and 4. 2 and 4. Let's slide it right here. Okay. Then find the middle. Where's the middle? There's the middle. There's the middle. Find the middle, slide it in. All right. We did it. We got our signatures in. Our signature pages. Uh-oh. I got stuck. Okay, goodness. I got stuck on my microphone. All right. So I have an idea for a closure to be revealed in the future. Thank you so much for hanging out. We got our cover made. Well, don't want to go ahead and decorate my cover. I think I'm going to save that for next round. So this video is getting the base made and the signatures put in. And then we'll be back next Wednesday. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. If you want to be notified when I put out videos, including the next Wednesday on Wednesday, then go ahead and hit this subscribe button. If you don't mind, I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm currently at around 270. And when I get to 300, I'm going to do a Happy Mail giveaway. See you next time.